Last night I was having a conversation with my daughter about relationships, and then had a similar conversation inside the lounge today about relationships. Here's the thing. Relationships are a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. But why does 64% of relationships end? Why? And those are just marriages. We're not even talking about relationships that don't have a marriage certificate attached to them. I'm sure the number is even higher. Relationship seems hard. And relationships do require work. But here's what I told my daughter. When you're in a relationship with someone, whatever you did to get them, you have to work twice as hard to keep them. This is wisdom from my grandmother. And as you change, and as they change, and as life happens, you have to be willing to come together in those changes. You have to be willing to work through it. Now, of course, you have your deal breakers, and that is always understandable. But you have to be willing to change together. That when life happens and differences happen, you come together to find a unified understanding of those changes. And nobody ever matures. Relationships are a constant maturing. You never get to a point where you got it. Too many people get focused and they'll say things like, well, that's the honeymoon phase. A true relationship should never have a honeymoon phase. It should be a honeymoon consistently. If you fall out of the honeymoon, then you have to work twice as hard to get back into the honeymoon, because when an object that is in motion all of a sudden stops, it can't get back in motion with the basic energy that it had initially. You have to double up that energy to get that object in motion again. The same thing in a relationship. It gets into motion. And if you keep that motion, it's easy. It becomes easier. But if you ever stop working on the relationship, if you ever decide that I got it, I won, I got him or her, they're here now, and you stop the momentum, it will take you twice as much energy to get that thing back started than it took to get it started in the first place, and definitely 3 to 5 times as much as you had put into it when it was rolling well. So the key is to never stop the momentum. Once you get that momentum going, you have to keep pushing. You have to keep changing with each other. You have to keep looking for understanding each other, understanding emotional maturity, and continue to mature as life happens. You have to show that person how much you love them on a consistent basis. And when what you did 5 years ago is not working today, you have to be able to figure out, what can I do now that makes that person realize and feel that I love them and that they love me. Relationships is a continuous work. There's never an end to it.